Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Pastor Dave, aka KD3, and I'm in the building right now with the man, M.Print. A lot of y'all don't know him by M.Print. Some of y'all know him by his first name, which is Malcolm, but I'm going to let him share more about that with y'all. I know this man as M.Print, and I'm excited to have him in the building, y'all. We are here to talk about your musical journey, and we're going to let the people get to know you a little bit. Man, I am so amazed at your growth, bro. Like, I'm sitting here looking at you, and a lot of people don't know the history that we have. And before we get into these questions and we let everybody get to know you, first of all, tell the people a little bit about who you are. Don't give them too much musical background yet, but tell them about who you are, some of the things you've done, and then I'm going to get into the questions to really deal with the name and all of that. But listen, tell the people a little bit about who you are and a little bit of your background.
All right, well, for starters, stage name is M.Print. Do my best in order to make sure that I leave God's presence in the atmosphere.
Nice.
And that's something that you take with you, and that's the reason why I have my name. Off camera, just a regular guy, I guess. I work at a school teaching kids about STEM. I'm married.
What?
Yeah.
Dang it.
And I'm only 20 years old, so I can't say that I've done too much just yet, but I know God has a lot for me. So yeah.
Man, ladies, I know some of y'all like, yo, that brother is married. And you kind of gave more than I wanted to, but I did kind of put you out there with a question that's kind of weird because the people are getting ready to get to know you. Now, before I get into these questions, I want to brag on you a little bit about your growth. I knew Malcolm, and we'll talk about M.Print, where that came from and all of that in a minute. But I knew Malcolm because I'm the youth pastor at Truth Revealed International Ministries, where Bishop Merton Clark is the pastor. And I've had an opportunity to see a lot of young people grow, including this young man. And he's got a sibling. I don't want to say too much about that as yet, but because he's going to tell you. Remember, we're getting ready to get to know the man, the music, the ministry of Malcolm Coles. And I'm giving you his legal name, which I probably shouldn't be doing because I don't even know. He might be wanted. I don't know.
Hey, don't let me out. Don't let me out.
But I had the opportunity to see him and many other young people grow, man. And I'm just sitting here. I can't believe how this dude is all, look at his arms, swollen like he'll choke two brothers out, But, okay, so we're going to jump right into it. I had the opportunity, like I said, to see him from third grade all the way up to high school graduation and now teaching young people, yourself, with STEM. First of all, what is STEM, man? Tell the people what that is real quick.
So STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math.
Oh, dope.
It's pretty much a platform that a lot of people use in, honestly, day-to-day careers, more specifically like military careers.
Okay.
That's what we try to aim the kids more towards during our program.
Gotcha.
But it goes under a wide variety of things, everything from like engineering to even just being a teacher.
Wow.
Working with computers, which you can make some big bucks doing that now too.
Dope.
And then, science, all about research, studying, trying to make the world a better place. So, yeah.
So how long have you been trying to make the world a better place at this place called STEM? How long have you been doing that?
So I've been there for about like 4 months, but prior to, I was actually a substitute teacher at a charter school too.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
So you've been doing the teaching thing for a minute.
Yeah, honestly, I've been teaching probably since the 5th grade, honestly, because I used to do VBS growing up. Yeah, so I've been teaching kids for a long time. I just started doing it and getting paid for it, I guess, now.
So you got that whole teaching anointing all over you.
I'd say so. Yeah,
well,
I'd say so.
Before we jump into these questions, what's your favorite or your best part about teaching kids? Like y'all don't know this, but y'all was some knuckleheads when y'all was younger. And I'm sure y'all are running into some knuckleheads even now. So what is the best part that you enjoy the most about teaching?
Man, I don't know. There's so many things that I could say. To be completely honest with you, I'd have to say it's like watching the kids enjoy an experience,
Okay.
This STEM program that I'm working with, especially now, like you get a lot of kids that don't really succeed too much inside of like a regular classroom, but watching them like lighten up and get super happy and thrilled about the different projects that we do.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So now that you're on the teaching end, what one teacher would you say or give the most apology to from your past? What teacher from your background would you say, man, I need to go back and apologize to this person? Who?
Honestly, I mean, I can't say I was really like a bad kid.
Okay.
I just did a lot of talking. But if I had to, if I had to apologize to one teacher, it would probably be my 5th grade teacher.
You don't have to give names. Just maybe what was it that you did most for that? Was it the talking?
I had gotten into an altercation with this kid.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, no, I can't say I was the most respectful during that period of time. But between that and then I also accidentally hit her with a door. Like
hit
that.
Who?
Look, that honestly
hit who?
My teacher. I didn't mean to. So like the way that was set up is that
I didn't mean to.
No, like the
Come
bathroom.
on.
So it's like a thick wooden door, and the
Okay.
bathrooms are inside the classroom. So I guess the kids were lining up, and I was in the bathroom. When I came out, she had turned around just in time, and I
But they didn't take that
door.
excuse. They just figured you tried to do it on purpose.
No.
Oh,
She
okay.
said everything was straight, but I mean, I
Okay.
just feel so bad. Like I really do feel bad. I really didn't.
And your mom's a teacher, isn't that?
Yeah, she is a teacher. She's been teaching, honestly, as for as long as I can remember.
Wow, maybe that's why you came out such a good student with your little attitude a little bit. But you're a good student, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, I tell you what, we're about to get into the whole music aspect. Remember, guys, this is getting to know M.Print, understanding his background, understanding where he's coming from. All of what we do here with Jazz Raw Records, Hidden Flames, M.Print, what we do is we want you guys to get an opportunity to get to know the artists, and that's why we do what we do. Before we go any further, I want to ask you one thing about your sibling. Maybe people don't know this. 2 things I want you to do. Right. Tell the people a little bit about your sibling, and then give them one thing that if nobody asked you, they would never know about you.
Oh man!
I mean, I know
nobody would never know about me.
Yeah, like I like chicken wings, or I don't eat fried chicken.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
That's an
one.
inside joke, y'all. But for real, tell them a little bit about your sibling, because I still find that fascinating. And then also let them know maybe one thing that if I didn't ask you or somebody didn't ask you, they would never know about you.
All right. Well, for starters, like I have a twin actually. So I have a twin sister. Me and her, we've like ride or dies from the beginning. Shout out to my twin sister if you're watching.
You better do that.
But yeah, no, I just grew up together. She's beat me up like a lot, but I mean,
she looked out for you a lot too.
Yeah, she did. She definitely looked out for me a lot. But now I'm like the big little bro. I was literally born like 16 minutes after her too.
Oh wow! So
yeah,
you are the younger one.
Yeah, but just a little bit.
That. Well, so she tells you what to do.
I won't say it's like
Shout
that no more,
to Kelsey.
But yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. Been through a lot.
All right. And shout out to Miss Selena Coles as well.
Hey, shout out to my mom.
Yeah, you better shout that out. And then, by the way, what's one thing, if nobody asked you, they would never know about you? I mean.
Well, I mean, actually, I'm not even sure if you really know this. I try to keep it at bay a little bit. I mean, some of the people at work, they definitely know about this. But I love this kid show that I've been watching since I was a baby. It's called Veggietales. I just love watching that TV show.
Snap. That's my favorite, dog. Larry?
What?
Larry?
Yeah, well, Larry. Yeah.
What
Bob
you love
and
about
Larry.
it? Like, what is it about that show that really attracts you, you think?
Honestly, I mean, nowadays, like, so many kids, they get caught up in adult situations way too quick, you know? That show was like still teaching kids about Jesus while having fun with it.
Keeping it light.
Yeah, keeping it light.
Giving people a reason to live another day.
Yeah, sometimes, no. It reminds me of my childhood too, so it's a little bit nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like watching it every single time, but I really do.
Man, I noticed you have a shirt on your chest right now called Superheroes. And that's your logo, right? The M.Print logo?
Yeah, funny enough, the Superheroes, this is my first song that I actually recorded. Dang, it's been about like 2 years too. It's been a minute.
It has been. And a lot of that has been the COVID, but you back in the studio from what I understand.
Oh yeah, we back in it.
I heard something about to drop, which we about to talk about in a minute, but not yet. Yeah, not too much too fast. So but now tell me a little bit more about Veggietales. Like, what's your favorite episode? Like, what's the one episode you remember just right off the rip?
Actually, the show Dave and the Giant Pickle. I don't. It was an unfortunate experience. I ended up having like a bad dream like right after watching it too. But now, I mean, I'm a big boy now.
What was the dream? The pickle came and stomped you?
Literally, yeah. Actually, like right on it. No, I'm not even gonna lie.
I was just joking, bro.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I had a dream. Dude chased me, followed me, and just like,
wow,
beat me up. Yeah, no, it wasn't
my
cool.
God. Well, listen, we got some questions that some of your listeners and fans have been asking, and one of the things that they ask is M.Print. What is the significance behind the name? Where did M.Print come from? That's what I want to know.
So honestly, it was something that you came up with. Funny enough, we were talking one night, and you're like, "You got to come up with a stage name. You got to come up with a stage name." And at the moment, it was still Malcolm, so you're calling me Malcolm. But yeah, no, you ended up texting me at the end of the night, and you were like, "You need to have a name to where somebody can like remember your performance the moment you walk off stage.
I remember that.
Yeah, like the message or whatever." So you ended up saying, try to find a different name for M.Print. Yeah. I was like, well, I mean, Trace, that don't make sense. Like, I was just trying to find something, you know? Yeah. And then I was like, wait a second, I could just spin it to where I can still say M.Print, but it's just spelt different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, first name's Malcolm, so I ended up just putting the M.Print.
I remember that. See, a lot of people, what you guys don't know is Malcolm has the ability, like he says, from teaching to leave the room, and the residue of who he was or who he is was left in the room. And so I was like, bro, we got to find a name that really fits you. You need to be able to like leave the imprint of God when you leave. And then he was like, yo, I mess with that. Yeah. He wrote, yeah, I mess with that, Petey.
Yeah, I really did. I mean, it took a little minute because I know like some people who have some dirty minds, they can kind of take it south. But angle. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I do me.
Yeah,
I do me. So I like the name. I'm sticking with it till you know.
And I love the way you spell it too. M.Print. I remember going online when we went to try to find the name online, and a company had M.Print.
Yeah,
we couldn't get that Google search, and that GoDaddy name was just we weren't about to buy that. That was like 28 grand or something for that name.
Wow, really?
Yeah, just to get it. Nuts. Yeah. All right, so M.Print, I like that, man. All right, so what are your biggest fears being in the industry? Wow. Now hold on, man. This is serious, yo.
Yeah.
I'm glad they asked this question because what is your biggest fear being in the industry? That's a deep question.
I wouldn't necessarily say I had or have a fear. But I mean, aside from like messing up real bad on stage or something, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm doing it for God, so it doesn't really matter what happens. But I'd say like my biggest concern is like somebody taking something that I said in public and like trying to pervert it.
Okay.
Because like nowadays you could click two buttons and like rearrange something that somebody said online, you know,
for sure.
Or like people can like post videos and like use sound effects from just like a short
or edit it and just cut these certain parts out. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I mean, getting big or like going to like another level, like more people are trying to find a way in order to like bash you,
for sure.
So I mean, that's a concern, of course. And then, I mean, another one is just like dealing with crazy people. Like honestly, like I don't deal with it. And I mean, I won't say that I'm not like a violent person, but you know, like I
sure hope not, bro.
I'm protective, you know, like
okay, I get that.
That's what I said. I am. I mean, protective of myself, absolutely.
Right, and then those around you.
Yeah, but I mean, those around me, like, I'm not gonna let nobody mess with my people. So.
You know what you just said, man, that made me think about it, because I had to think about it too. At the end of the day, we're doing it for God. Right. But what about those cheesy rappers? Like, I don't ever say cheesy rappers, especially when it's for God. Right. But a lot of people don't understand that music is music. Right. And so people will refer to Christian artists as cheesy rappers. And the only thing that I'm saying is we're not cheesy, but we want to make sure that we do it in a form of excellence. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And match or even exceed, you know what I'm saying, the world standards. Right. So how do you feel about like when people call Christian artists cheesy?
Hey, honestly, y'all cheesy. I don't know what else to say, man. Like at the end of the day, like when you write music and when you put it out there, like you're portraying a message.
That's right.
So the only difference between talking about females and money and talking about Jesus is what message you're portraying.
That's good.
So I mean,
that's good.
I'm portraying a message of light. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Find that corny?
Not for you.
Oh well.
Move on. I feel it. That's why this man is called M.Print, and that's why I appreciate who he is. In fact, I see youth pastor status on him, but we don't know what God has in store for him.
Oh man.
I do. I see youth leadership on this man. He's already teaching. I see so much coming your way. I think the one thing that I would say to you, because it was a great fear of mine in the industry, was always not putting myself in a position to cheat. I heard you say you're married, to cheat on your wife, because even in the Christian industry, you still deal with a lot of the same temptations that the secular artists do. Yeah. I remember doing a performance and a girl in the audience came, my wife was so ticked off, and asked me to sign her on her chest. Right here on that, she asked me to sign her there. I'm trying to tell you, bro. So for me, one of the biggest fears doing the whole music thing was not letting it get to my head. You know what I mean? Not rocking stages when people came ask for photographs and autographs, letting it get in my head and saying, all right, let's see you in the back. And that was one of my fears. I've had other artists tell me that as well. So I appreciate you sharing that, man, not letting people take what you say out of context. I know for a young man with social media, in the world of social media, you kind of got to watch what you put out on social media too,
absolutely.
Or who you stand next to, try to take a picture with you with something in their hand or something like that. Tell me what that's been like for you.
Well, if I'm gonna be real with you, I don't mess with social media like that. Like I honestly don't. The whole idea of just a bunch of people getting on the internet in order to just see other people do day-to-day things.
Yeah.
Like get out there and do it for yourself, you know? But I mean, as far as like taking pictures with other people, like you end up becoming a product of your environment, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, oh, I do want to post that, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that I will say that I sometimes can fall short on is sometimes my language is not the most sometimes it's not the most polite. I keep it that way. Okay. I'm not the disrespectful type, but I mean, driving on the road, that's one of those things where it's
get out the way, fool.
Yeah, nah. But
I gotta say, I appreciate you for keeping it 100, man. Being from my generation, one of the things that I saw growing up was kids taking pictures. In the pictures, they always flew the bird. Are they still doing that?
Like I said, to be honest with you, I don't get on social media like that. But the whole profanity thing, like, I can't. You can't post stuff like that. Like, you got to be careful. Like, you can't allow circumstances to take you out of character.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, that's the same thing when it goes down to working with other people too.
Yeah, especially since you're a public figure. You know, there's a lot of kids that look up to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of things that we do. That one of the things I've noticed, Print. A lot of the things that we do, because we're more mature and we know how to handle it. Someone looking up to us might take it to the next extreme. They may try to do what you do, but go to the next level. Yeah,
they for sure copy you. I think one of the funniest things that happened to me like last week, I was teaching a class and we were going like another campus. So I had to wear like my guest pass or whatever, but it wouldn't stick to my shirt. So I started wearing on my pants leg.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like all the kids were wearing their name tags on their pants leg.
See what I'm saying?
I'm like, dude, I didn't realize
influence,
like something
man.
That small, like kids watch that.
So what would you say to the artist trying to come up as a Christian artist but still trying to live that secular lifestyle?
Got to cut it off.
Got to cut it off, man.
I mean, the whole story of somebody straddling the fence and then Jesus walk up to the fence and be like, you realize Satan owned that fence too?
Right.
Like there's one side, the other side, and that middle area God cutting that off too. So
man, lukewarm.
Lukewarm. You can't do it. Can't do it.
Man, I think I want to ask you just one more question before we take a half. And guys, I got to tell you, Print got some new music about to drop. It's called, well, I don't even want to say it yet. But before we announce what that is that's coming, we're going to ask this one more question. Then I want y'all to hear, I want to say one of his biggest songs. He's got other songs that are dropping too. But to me, The shirt that he's rocking, by the way, he's got shirts that are available for sale. You can hit us up. We'll get one to you. But the shirt that he's rocking, Superheroes, to me, that was one of his biggest songs. Everywhere we go, in fact, he's got 2 shows coming up in November. Everywhere we go, they still asking him to rock Superheroes. But when they hear that next song that's about to drop right there,
it's about to go crazy.
Yeah, so when we come back, guys, after this next question I'm about to ask him, we're going to talk about the next song that he's getting ready to feature. And then what's going to separate it will be the song Superheroes. But let's ask this next question. I don't like that word ask. I always say it wrong. But let's go ahead and ask this next question. What was the one thing that confirmed you wanting to do music? What one thing happened in your life that said, you know what, this is what I want to do?
If I'm gonna be honest with you, I mean, I've been bugging you about music for a little bit.
I remember that. I was like, shoo, get out of here.
Yeah, no, I've been writing since about like the 6th grade, but I think what really confirmed it is after one of our close friends had passed.
Wow.
One of the things that the 2 things he instilled in me is like keep writing, keep playing basketball. And I mean, I obviously stopped playing basketball. I put on a little bit of that COVID weight, but that's besides the point. But yeah, no,
you look good though, man. You really do.
I appreciate the
I'll be afraid of you if you got back in the gym, bro. For real. Are you in the gym right now?
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been working out with one of my brothers.
Oh,
one of my big brothers. Yeah, no,
Are you sore?
Yeah, I'm sore, but
yeah,
artwork pays off.
But sorry to interrupt, man. You said one of the things was pursuing me for a minute, and then the loss of our brother.
Yeah, the loss of my friend, my brother.
And you said there was 2 things that he would say to you?
Yeah, he said to hold on to basketball, hold on to music. And I mean, I ended up letting go of the basketball thing because after like 220 pounds, it doesn't work for your knees like that.
Yeah.
But I always made sure I kept my pen and pad, you know, so I just kept writing. And then what ended up confirming it, I stepped in your office in order to approach you again about music, and the lady ended up coming in and was like, hey, I want you guys to record this song.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. That's right.
So we tried to get the track for it, and it didn't work, but then you ended up giving me another track. And then...
Bro, that's when I realized you had something. That's why I was like, okay, Prince got something. There was 2 other kids that was pushing too, and I really didn't. Chris... A witness. Yeah. Chris is off the chain. I don't know what happened, why he stopped pursuing it, but that joker is ridiculous. And the 2 kids I had eyes on was you and Witness. And I said, okay, Prince got something going on. At the time, you wasn't Print. You was still Malcolm. But I was like, he's got skills. But, you know, it's funny that you brought up the brother that we lost, because we just did an interview with Hidden Flames. And some kind of way, we went there and we discussed that as well. I want to make sure we say just a little something, because you guys know, anybody that's been rocking with KD3 and our camp, you know, everywhere we go, we're going to mention this brother. We have nothing but love for him, man. And as Julian said, J.U. from Hidden Flames, if he was here today, he would be right here with us.
Absolutely.
100%. And so when we come back, I want y'all to check out this song by M.Print called Superheroes. Superheroes. Now, when y'all check it out, it's available everywhere that distributes or streams music. Go and check it out. He's going to let you know where you can find him on the stuff he don't like, social media, and you can follow him on that. You want to plug that down?
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody follow me on Instagram at m.print music.
Yeah.
No caps, no spaces.
Follow him and then check this music out. This song is called Superheroes by your boy M.Print. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the brother we lost and the new music that he's got coming up. Check this out. Superheroes, M.Print. God bless y'all.
Superhero, he's my superhero. We are superheroes. We are superheroes. I do not know no defeat. I got a crest on my chest. I got a kryptonite too, but there is no S on my chest. There's just a fire in me. Guess it comes from the sun. He wanna play the game now? Too bad we already won. Died on the cross of my sins. That man a real MVP. Told the devil he gon' lose. Got no control over me. Living this life can be hard, but the blessing be so sweet. I'ma just carry my cross. No time for dragging my feet. Somebody get me a cake. I do not care about no mask. When it comes to my Lord, call me the Hulk, I'm a smash. Armor more solid than iron, laser precise in a point. I got the strength of a giant. Open my mouth and I'm making some noise. Super hero, he's my super hero. We are super heroes. We are super heroes. Super hero, he's my super hero. We are super heroes. We are super heroes.
Yes, indeed, Superheroes by my dog, my boy, M.Print. And that was off the chain. Listen, the people might be listening to it and say, man, I want to know what kind of a headspace you was in when you wrote Superheroes, because a lot of people running around town calling themselves superheroes, but we clearly know that we was talking about. So, in fact, you give us the insight on where you was mentally when you wrote that song.
Man, like I said, you ended up giving me that track before the intermission.
Yeah.
When you gave me that track, I was watching the Black Panther movie.
There it is.
I kid you not.
There it is.
I was like, what am I writing to this? And then you even texted me, you asked me, I was like, or you ended up saying that the beat was a little too hot. You want to do something else? And I was like, nah, you got
felt
it.
it.
And I was like, all right, well, I'll write about superheroes. And of course I had to plug God. So I ended up incorporating that in there. And at the end of the day, Jesus is a hero without a mask or a cape.
Hey, listen, man, yeah. I tell you, that song, I can see all over the world people rocking that song. It's a feel-good song, as you guys just heard it. I can see children rocking it. I can see VBSs rocking it.
Yeah.
I can see people believing in themselves because of that song. That's dope, man. Superheroes. I keep wanting to say superheroes, but superheroes available everywhere right now on any place that streams music. So go check it out, download it, make sure your kids hear it. But before the break, man, we was talking about a brother that we lost. And this brother that we lost inspired Print to continue to do music. He knew then when this brother that we lost spoke to him two things. He said, stick with basketball and stick with music.
Yes, sir.
Now, what was the day like for you? Because we talked about it a little bit ago, but what was it like for you when you got the call that we lost? First of all, I'm just going to go ahead and say his name. Aaron Wilson. Long live Aaron Wilson.
Long live.
Long live, man. All day in our hearts, bro. What was it like for you when you got the call? I know for our church, it rocked the church.
Honestly, I ended up getting like a text from Mello, actually, had texted me and told me just pray for Aaron. And I was like half asleep. I was like, I pray for him every day, but I'll pray for him again. So I prayed for him, went to sleep, woke up the next morning. My dad came in the room and like he was just crying. Wow. And my dad, like, he dislocated his finger, popped it back into place, and didn't say not a word.
Wow.
So to see him crying and just not understand why, it was really confusing. But he ended up coming up to me, like, was like real reluctant in order to say anything. Yeah. And then he just ended up spitting it out and saying that one of your friends had passed. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I was so confused. Like, I literally saw him the night before too, because I was helping one of my buddies move into his apartment.
Yeah.
So I had just saw him the night before, and then just to wake up the next morning and realize he was gone. So, I mean, it didn't really hit, but it was on a Sunday. So we ended up going over to the church later on, around like 11 o'clock service, something like that. And then, man, the moment I walked through the door, every single memory that popped into my head was of him. And like, I just broke down. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, man.
It was wild.
Even now, I try not to dwell on it too much because, you know, a lot of people don't understand the relationship we had from Truth Reveal with Tribe and how we grew and how each one taught one, and we looked up to the big brothers ahead of us. And he was like a big brother to you that inspired you in many ways, right?
In so many ways.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, though, that from my standpoint, preaching from the platform, looking out all the time, Aaron was always there. And he would always come down the stairs with a drink in his hand.
Doing something
something goofy.
Oh, my goodness.
But always making somebody smile, always making somebody's day. And even today when I'm preaching back there, and we haven't had the opportunity to preach as much because of COVID, but prior to COVID and after we lost him, it was such a hard And if as hard as it is for me and for you, I just think about his parents, how hard it, because this guy's, a lot of y'all don't know this, but Aaron truly was a gem. He was the best of us. In fact, Bishop said that all the time. Yeah. He was the best of us,
Absolutely.
So if he was here today, and he's here with us in spirit, what one thing would you say to him if you had just one sentence to say to Aaron?
Oh, man. One sentence? I'll have to write a book.
I know. For time's sake, that's why I was saying that. But and we say that if he was here, he is here.
Yeah,
He's here with us right now, man.
I just say I thank him.
Yeah.
I really would thank him. I mean, even despite the fact that he's like no longer with us in the physical
right.
I feel like that's something that also like brought a lot of people together,
I can't imagine, because so many people came together.
Yeah, like it was insane. I still remember going to his funeral. It was almost as if like the entire city came to this man's funeral. It
seemed like it.
So I'd really just say like thank you for being that person that like brought people together,
Amen.
Like I'd go to the basketball court. Like one time I was going to the basketball court, had like a cut sleeve t-shirt on or whatever.
Right.
And my tattoo was showing. I have a tattoo on my left arm. It actually says LLAW, long live Aaron Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So they saw that and was like, oh, bro, you knew Aaron? And I was like,
J.U. said the same thing, bro.
Never met this cat a day in my life. We're just hooping.
Yeah.
And he sees my tat and automatically there's a connection made because of that.
That's amazing, bro. Everybody, J.U. wasn't lying. If you guys didn't check out the interview with Hidden Flames, go check it out, because we talked about Aaron and that as well. He wasn't lying. He said the whole community knew Aaron.
Absolutely.
He just started to come alive.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to the parents, Mr. and Mrs. Wilson, thank you guys. To Marcus, Dougie, and to Erica, we love you guys. We want to say thank you for raising such a wonderful, wonderful young man and allowing us to hang out with him and share time and spend time with him. Man, this is great. I don't want to end on such a sad note, but Aaron, we love you, man. We'll never forget you. But I do want to get back to some of the questions that your fans are asking. Another one was asking, which kind of deals with what we were just talking about. How do you the songwriting process, how does that work for you?
So it's a little different. A lot of people, what they'll typically do, or from what I've heard, like in the industry, like a lot of people, they're just like consistently like write.
Right.
Like something's always flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, all the songs that I could say that I've actually written down and had recorded, they were like packing powerful punches, like spiritually.
Yeah.
I say. And anything that I was really dealing with during that time, it pretty much like came out in that song.
Okay, so just that time,
So like during that time frame. And I mean, I still write down things from time to time, but like I know one's it when I feel like something's trying to attack me while I'm writing a song, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, pray for some extra guidance, but outside of that, like I pray, I start writing, and typically during that time I also have a beat too.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like real meticulous when it comes down to like how I want to actually lay out my song.
That's dope.
So I spend a lot of time listening to the beat, going back to the song, listening to the beat, going back to the song. I mean, I'd say at the end of the day, it's a masterpiece, but the stamp on it, the stamp on a song is when I know that I'm recording it, and it's like Jesus got to come down and protect me because of what I'm spitting. Like, no lie.
Yeah.
Like, after writing another song, Amazing Grace.
Oh, yeah, another good song.
After writing that song, I quite literally felt like I was in the witness protection program.
Wait. I hear you on that. Amazing Grace. You want to find out why, but you just stirred something up. Superheroes is a single.
Yeah.
But you have an EP out.
I do have an EP
out.
Man,
tell the people about, because on there's, and I want to hear why you felt like you needed to be in a witness program when you wrote that. But I want to hear a little bit about the EP and tell the people where they can find it and what else is on there, because I totally forgot about the EP.
Yeah, so the EP is called The Origin.
That's right.
Yep. It's on all platforms, really. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all that. YouTube as well. Amazon for some of you people that use Amazon. But like that song in particular, it had to also do with Aaron. It had to do with some emotions that was going on.
Gotcha.
And it really just talked about the battle of coming back to Christ, you know?
Right.
Which a lot of people struggle with on a day-to-day.
Sure.
Like, even I, like, you have to die to your...
Every day.
I start preaching if you let me. But anyway, so...
You preach too? Okay. Hey, there it is, y'all. If y'all want to book him, y'all can get him out, not just to do a song. He'll speak to your kids too. Amen. A lot of y'all don't know that. He's got a pastor's anointing on him. He's got a teacher's anointing, and he's got a pastor's anointing on him. But yeah.
So, but I just writing that song and then going in and recording it, and I did it in like one take.
Right.
So I knew it was just something that just literally fell out.
Yeah.
And then walking back to my car, like I literally just started feeling warm, like out of nowhere. Like, you ever just had like that spiritual covering?
Yeah.
Like you felt like you
a
just
blanket just comes in on you.
And like even now, just talking about it, like Satan's mad.
Yeah.
Like when you finish writing a song, you just know that he's just
you hit it on the nail. Yeah. He's like, dang it. This is going to do damage to my kingdom.
Yeah, it was one of those feelings. It was one of those feelings. It was kind of like that one night that I spent the night.
I was going to talk about that. I was going to shock you and bring that up. Yeah. A lot of people don't know. Listen, if you guys haven't gotten a chance to check out The Origin, God knows I was so focused on these questions, I forgot to bring that up. But he's got an EP out as well called The Origin. But Print and I, we go way back, man. We've got history. And I remember a lot of kids back in the day just wanted to spend a night at my house. Me and Miss Nadine had kids back to back coming over, and M.Print was like, when am I going to get a turn? So I was like, I got you. So we brought M.Print over to spend the night at the house, and I want you to let people know what happened at that night, bro.
Oh, man. Like, honestly, we had a lot of fun, and I ended up going to sleep. I think, like, your dog, like, kicked me in my face or something.
Yeah, he probably did.
But I ended up, like, going to sleep, and I had, like, this dream, and it was this dude that, and I mean, he wasn't like bigger than me, but he was strong, like strong. And dude was like fighting me in my house, and next thing you know, he ended up pushing me on the ground. He's like, I'm tired of you taking what's mine.
Wow.
And he just like shot me like a good 5 times.
Wow.
And I remember waking up like feeling like I was actually getting shot, like touching myself and stuff.
Man.
I was like, what is going on? And then just so happens that same night was also the night right before I had my first sermon too.
That's right. You did have to write. But didn't we talk about what I felt like that dream meant? You got shot how many times?
5 times.
That's the number of grace. And it just, to me, it felt like God was saying the old Malcolm is dead. And you're becoming this new redeemed Malcolm that I'm going to put before people to share the word of God. Yeah. It was powerful, but it was so real because in my house, I'm like, wait a minute, we got demons up in this house. And I'm like, praying, I'm like, how this young man gonna come visit my house? And at my house, he gets shot up. It was tripping me out, man. But that was fun times. We've had some good times. We had a trip coming back from a show we did in Georgia. In fact, they want us back out there ASAP.
Okay.
And they wanted to we was eating some chicken wings. We'll tell you about that another time because I really want to get into the rest of this, and we're limited on time. But we will definitely get back to that. A couple interviews from now, because after he drops the single that I'm going to have him stage, and after he shares about it, it's coming out. What was the date that it's scheduled for?
October 22nd.
That's right, October 22nd. But before we set that, I want to say that the best way to write songs is what you're doing, man. Put your experience in it. I appreciate you for that. I can't stand when artists and songwriters write about other people's experiences and not really don't know anything about it.
And that's cheesy.
It is
not
cheesy.
Christian rap. Christian rap's cool.
And I'm not saying you can't use a third-party explanation to get your point across, but in order to not frustrate yourself and exhaust yourself, you got to be who you are. And so when you put who you are in the song, then you don't have to pretend. I mean, right?
I even got a song called Who I Am. Let me stop.
It's
Let me stop.
Plug it. Listen, go check out that EP. But listen, we're getting out of time here on this segment. And I want to ask you one more thing. We talked about how does the songwriting process work for you? And we just basically answered that whatever you're dealing with in the moment kind of comes out in your songs. And then the last question is, what was your thought process that went behind this song that we're about to share? And what was your favorite line in the song? So first of all, tell the people the title of the song. We already know the date. And then I want to know the thought process that went in behind it.
All right, so the song is called Something in the Spirit.
Something in the Spirit. Now, he said that kind of like modest, y'all, but this song is fire.
Yeah, no, it goes crazy.
Yeah.
I just really wanted like a song that was like super high energy. There was actually this one song that I used to listen to when I first started listening to Christian rap. It was called I'm Turned. Yeah, I'm Turned by Lecrae. And that song, like, it brought a message, but at the same time it was fun. Like, it was something that that was cool, you know? And so I wanted to do like the same thing pretty much. Like I wanted to take the song and bring the same feel while still like talking about some stuff.
Right.
One of the lines that I think was like my favorite, I ended up saying, eye for an eye, make the world Stevie Wonder.
Oh.
Yeah, no, like something like that. So I had a little bit of wordplay in it too.
For those who didn't catch it, when you say eye for an eye, make the world Stevie Wonder, we know Stevie Wonder can't see.
Right.
He's blind. What were you saying? How explain that to somebody that just went over their head?
I mean, inside the Bible, one of the things that Jesus often talked about is like those who live by the sword die by the sword. So when you're taking away something from somebody else, it's almost a matter of time until it comes back to you, you know?
Dope.
So it's like one of those things where it's like watch how you deal with people, because things come back to you. You know, you reap what you sow. So.
Awesome, man. And didn't you have something to do with the cover? The cover art for Something in the Spirit?
Yeah, I did. I touched it a little bit. I did a little bit of work to it.
You even helped assemble the art, the cover art.
Absolutely.
Listen, man, Something in the Spirit. This song is coming out October 22nd.
October 22nd.
And it's going to be fire. And I tell you, before we play this song, I don't know that we're going to be able to play the song, but this video that we're shooting right now will definitely come out before the song, and we're going to be able to see or have you be able to find a song everywhere. I mean, it's going to be available everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know what I'm looking forward to, man?
What's up?
Is the day you perform it.
I'm looking forward to that day too.
Hopefully Bishop lets you perform it at Truth too.
Hey, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. That song is so hype.
Yeah, it is. Do you feel like you still got the energy right now with COVID to rock that song the whole way through?
Man, look, to be honest with you, like I said, after 220, the knees just don't have it.
Yeah.
But I wrap them things up. Put
and
on
get it.
Yeah, let's go.
So you're the type of artist that just leaves it on the stage.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. I've seen you perform so I don't even like to use the word perform. I'm trying to get that right, guys. I've seen you minister in music and even just minister in teaching and stuff, and you do such a great job. I'm going to put you on the spot, man, for the person that's watching this video saying, man, after watching Print, I feel like I have purpose in my life. For the person that was considering maybe ending their life or maybe not wanting to be here anymore, and just say, you know what? I don't want to live anymore. I'm tired. COVID done took somebody out, or my parents divorced or whatever. What would you say to the person that might be watching this video saying, I want a reason to live another day? M.Print gave me a reason, and he inspired me just a little bit to maybe write something or to push a little further. But I want a reason to live another day. And I want the people to know that you're more than just a rapper. So take a second and just look at the camera and tell the people that might be watching saying, I need another reason to live a little longer. What would you say to that person? We'll wrap up on that.
What I'd say is that you'll never get a situation in life that God's not equipping you to handle.
Ooh.
He's not going to give you something that's going to be overwhelming in a sense to where you're going to fail.
Wow.
So take that and take your own capability too, because you have that power within yourself in order to change what you need to change. Anything that's outside of your control, let go and let God. But as far as anything that needs to concern with you, get it done. Let God be your guide. See you another day.
Listen, I ain't even going to add to that. That was well said. Y'all see what I'm talking about? That man said everything God gives you to deal with, he's already equipped you to handle it. That's crazy, man. And, oh, you know what is really exciting? A lot of y'all don't know this. This is just one of many interviews. The man said he's married. After Something in the Spirit drops, we're going to bring Print back, and we're going to talk to Print and his wife, the Mrs. Print.
My lovely lady.
Yeah, you ain't said nothing to her. You better shout out to her a little bit.
Shout out to my wife. I love you. I'm just really excited for the adventures we have for each other.
And he's going to come back with her, and the two of them are going to give you guys insights on the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that, and what it takes to walk through this thing called marriage. Not just life, but this thing called marriage together. Because you've only been married, how many months now?
Honestly, I think we said it's been about like 2 months now. Yeah, it's been about 2 months now.
And already in 2 months, you've learned, would you say you've learned?
A lot.
We're going to come back, y'all, and we're going to talk about a lot that he learned. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about that. Also, shout out to Bishop Clark and Truth Reveal, man. This is a product of Truth Reveal. And a lot of the artists and the kids that you see coming through here, and I say kids, but really young men, young women that you see coming through here are products of Truth Reveal. So we just want to say thank you to Truth Reveal, Bishop Burton Clark and the whole family for doing what y'all do. Anyways, we're about to get out of here, man. If you haven't checked out his EP, go check that out. If you haven't checked out Superheroes, go check that out. And definitely be waiting for October 22. For what?
Something in the spirit.
Hey, if I put you on the spot, could you just bust a line right now? Don't do it, but could you? It's been a minute.
Oh, no, it's fresh in my head, to be honest with you.
And the fact that you said, man, what am I thinking when I do that? Red Dot. Man,
don't talk about that.
They're not ready.
They're not ready. They're not ready.
Print is in the studio, y'all. He's gonna drop something in the spirit, but he's got another song that's coming called Red Dot. But let me not go too far. We out. Don't forget, stay tuned on the next time when we bring Print and his wifey back to help give us some insights on some of the things that they already learned in just 2 months of being married. You got a dog too, don't you?
Yes.
We'll talk about Milo and all of that. Anything else you want to say to the people?
I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I'll catch y'all later.
We'll catch y'all later. KD3, my man M.Print. God bless y'all. Out.
Out.